What's up, everybody? We're gonna have an early to sit down with Snub today. It's gonna be super dope. As you hear in the background, we have Mr. Shawn Stockman from Boyz II Men will be joining us today. Songwriter, lyricist, composer, arranger, musician. This is super dope. So thank you all again for joining us today. And we're just gonna wait for him to join on with us. Thank you again for joining us. Like I said, we're having an early sit down today on Snub Magazine. Usually we have it at 7:30, but today we're gonna do an early day, 2 o'clock. Once again, we're sitting down with Shawn Stockman, lyricist, musician, composer. Recently he dropped an album, super dope. Right now in the background, if you hear it, the song is called All I Do. And his new album, like I said, is incredible. So we're just waiting for him to join. Let's see. Yeah, super dope. Actually, the whole album is super dope. And I love Boyz II Men too, so I think anything that they touch is crazy. All right, our guest is actually on. So without further ado, let me bring him on in. How you doing, sir?
Good morning, good afternoon. Where you at, man?
I'm in DC right now.
DC, Chocolate City. What's good?
Yeah, Chocolate City. How's everything? Where you at right now?
I'm in LA.
You're in LA?
Yeah. That's where I live. So
definitely. So how's COVID been holding it up for you as far as like on the I mean, you just dropped first of all, number one, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure,
today on the sit down.
It's all good, boss. It's all good.
With Snub. But how is everything going over there as far as the quarantine lockdown and everything? Because I know you guys went back a phase.
Yeah, it's California now has more cases than New York.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's I thought that we were doing all right. I thought we were doing good, and
yeah,
everybody was trying to follow the program, and I guess that one moment where right. Everybody just kind of lost their minds and went out to the beach and went out to restaurants and stuff like
Jumped
that.
Too soon.
Yeah, like I mean, I went to Newport Beach, which is about 2 hours away from where I live, on some business, and on the way back I was driving, and this was like a couple weeks ago. I was driving and I looked over at this bar, and everybody was out, just no mask, no nothing, just drinking in the whole nine. And I'm like, I don't understand what it's going to take for right. everybody to really just understand that this is a real thing.
Definitely. Yeah.
And we're not. This not a conspiracy theory. It's not right. Something that someone's trying to make up for political points. Like, I think we've seen enough now to use our own common sense and understand that this is something that we all should take very, very seriously and just do the right thing, which is not much. It's just wear a mask. Just put on a damn mask and
right.
and don't.
So we can get out.
So because as much as I love my house, and mind you, it's been great because this is the most time I've ever spent with my family and everybody, like, in years. So I'm loving this. Right. But at the same time, I still have work to do. And there's still things that I still want to go out and do, and that our family wants to go out and do. But we can't do it if the world ain't right.
Definitely. So speaking of which, you just dropped a project.
Mm-hmm.
which I've listened to, and then of course I listened to the song "All I Do," and the project is like incredible.
Thank you.
Um, absolutely. How do you keep yourself um, being how music is right now? You
Yeah.
continue to keep yourself relevant, like in all the music that you do. How do you keep yourself in that mindset to keep on going like that?
You know what? I am literally. I was talking to uh, some friends of mine, and I was like, I lit. It's really different now because I'm trying to articulate it where I don't sound like crazy,
I say what that.
but it's just I'm at a point now where relevance, I don't know how important that is anymore because and again, I don't want to speak crazy. Like I don't want to give you a sound bite where people gonna run with my interpretation and
Right, right,
try to
right,
take it on this. But my point is I've realized that the world has changed, right?
right,
And I understand that being current in this state, because I don't do social media. I'm not that active in it and stuff like that for the mainly because it's just so driven on things and codes that I was never brought up on.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to hang and I guess this is just me being older, but it's like I'm
And
like I can't hang. Like I
right,
can't hang with what it takes to be relevant.
right.
Like I
And
don't have the energy. Like I'm not doing what a lot of these artists and people are doing just to stay in people's faces. I just was never brought up that way.
and on top of that, I was having a conversation with another person as well, and I was just saying that um, musicians and artists this time doesn't. To me, I feel that back in the day, some of us would go to the record store, the CD stores to buy that album, and we have so many
Hmm.
streaming platforms to go on. Just the thought of it and going back to those stages,
Hmm.
the hype of it as well. You don't
Yeah.
see that as much in the music. Everybody can just press that button and automatically just stream it, which is sometimes good, but at the same time, how do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, again, I get it. The world has changed. Things are changing, and the way we get our information and our music and entertainment and whatever it's changed. And that is what I'm not. I'm again. I don't want to seem like I'm not cool with it. It's just certain
No, we
things.
get, no,
You, you
I
know what I
get
mean?
it.
Like, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just certain things I'm just not going to do.
right,
Like just to be relevant. Like
right,
and like I feel like just like this conversation, right? This should be like enough to because it was for me. My favorite artist could do an interview or whatever back in the day, and I would be glued to the television because you want to know more about the person, you want to know about and but now in order to get a certain level of traction, there has to be some type of scandal like laced with it, or there has
right,
to be something that is provocative in a
right,
negative way.
right,
You know what I'm saying? To
right.
to to get people up and looking at you and I just I can't hang like I'm not into I've never gotten to the business for that side of it. You
Definitely.
know what I mean? Like I've always been in it, obviously to talk about life and music and stuff like that. Because I don't want it to be boring. You know what I mean? Like music is one thing. But I can talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? I can
Right,
talk about all types of things, and
right,
it be about the human interaction between one spirit to another. You know what I'm saying,
right.
bro?
Yeah,
Like you know what I mean? When I like having conversation or interviews like this because it doesn't feel like an interview
right, right,
already. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we're just rapping. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And
Definitely.
and 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 that's the best because you get what you need out of me because I'm comfortable enough to be able to kind of expound
Have a
on topics and, things like that. And it's a real conversation opposed to all of the theatrics and the sensationalism. It's just a bit much for me.
Definitely. So let's speak
Yeah.
about your project that you
hmm
just released. What made you want to put it out? What was the mindset at the moment when you were putting it out? Because I mean, we know that you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
Your pen is crazy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So
I
what made you just do this?
just wanted to. I'm a musician, man. I
Yeah.
love music, and I love to write music, and I love to sing, and I love to give people, I guess, pieces of where I'm coming from, and in hopes that we connect in that way. Because music is a conduit. It helps you connect. People and spirits that you might not have been able to do in any other way. So me, it was timing. It was about, I always wanted to do a solo project, but it, again, being concerned about how people would perceive it. Like, you don't
Right.
want, oh, he's leaving, oh, something must be wrong with the group,
Right.
oh, something's negative's happening. No,
Right.
I wanted to do it because I wanted to do it.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And that was it. And this is just kind of an introduction, which is why I called the album Forward. This is kind of like a hello, how are you?
Got you.
I know you know me as this person,
Right.
but this is another part of me too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So this is just kind of me being an artist and kind of expressing myself and trying to put some good vibes into the world. Just
And we definitely need that right now. We
yeah, that's
definitely
all.
need. So basically, are you saying that there's going to be more ahead, as far as like more solo projects as well, to include,
Yes.
because it's saying, like you said, you're just saying hello to the fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the idea. You know what I mean? To kind of keep doing just solo projects and just different types. You know what I mean? Like
right.
just not not just the typical old Shawns coming out with, because I try to come up with stuff constantly and ideas and things of that nature, and um currently I'm just waiting for some pieces of equipment. If you see this empty desk right here,
Right.
I don't have my keyboard yet. Like, I just ordered a larger keyboard that I can work with, and I'm thinking about actually putting together an instrumental album.
Mm.
Just because, like, I used to remember listening to like Summer Madness, for example, like Kool and the Gang, or the Art of Noise record, do do
Yeah.
do do do, like,
Yeah.
stuff like no words,
Right. And it still goes crazy though when you hear it, because you already know what's about that. Like,
straight vibe. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So
Right.
so I'm thinking of doing something like that, like
Okay.
actually doing a nice moody instrumental album of maybe 4 to 6 records where people can just play it, and it just kind of gives a different type of energy outside of always having to crank out words and lyrics, because sometimes I will make a track and I'm like, damn, it sounds good just the way it is. Like,
Right.
why even like add a word? You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes the
So
music can be the word. Sometimes the music
yeah,
can just vibe with you to get you in
that's
that
right.
spirit, you know?
That's right. That's right. So like, I'm
Def
already on another, what I'm saying, like, playing, as far as like, and I think I'm just going to do like just an instrumental joint. I got guitars here and keys and enough drums or whatever. That'd be dope.
That definitely be dope. So we just got
Yeah.
you a few more questions, and then we know you gotta go to do some other interviews. I know
It's
they
all
got you
gravy.
booked for
It's all gravy.
that.
It's all gravy.
um, so I want to go back a little. Do you remember the first time that you noticed, I guess you want to call it, that you made it? That it was like, oh my God, I'm on this platform now. Do you still remember that moment when that happened?
Uh, you know what? Looking back on a lot of this stuff, I think, to be very honest, like, when we hit, we actually hit, like, and we
Right,
hit quick.
right.
So it wasn't like a particular moment
Mm,
that solidified it. It was like a whole year.
Right, right,
It was
right.
like, you know what I mean? Like from the album dropping to us doing all types of shows, nationally syndicated shows, to then going on tour with Hammer, to winning Grammys, to all that stuff happened just like this.
Right.
It was like rapid fire. So it was like, I would say just the whole year of 1991, like soon as the album came out, or the single came out, like we were off and running, and it was like kapow. Like we didn't even look back until maybe 1996, when we had a break and we were able to kind of like look back and like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We did like we always talk about when we broke the record for longest #1 in Billboard. We got the news. We were about to go on stage in London,
Mm.
and we were so tired and so kind of like out of it. You know what I'm saying? When we got the news, we like, oh, cool.
Wow.
And
Right.
and that was it. And we went on stage, and because that was our life at that time. We
back
were
to back.
we were just rolling. So it was like once the train left the station, it was like it was a wrap.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
what is one of this being a songwriter? Is there like a favorite? Is there still like a song to you that you're like, you know what, this is my favorite. This is my #1 that I wrote that I touched.
it's
Because you wrote for so many big names. I mean, plus you're already a big name.
No, thanks. I mean, it's never easy to pull that out. But what I will say, and what's funny is Tia Mari just posted something like about a few days ago about a movie I produced for them called 17 Again.
Yeah.
And it was the Mari twins, and it was Taj Mari. My wife and I, we produced that movie.
Wow. Okay.
And I did I did the scoring and for the movie and stuff. And it was crazy how much fun I had doing those songs. And honestly, looking back on how good they were, like in a sense of me just again, just looking at the movie and just writing as I see the movie. Right. So again, not thinking, just kind of like, oh, it feels like this or it feels like that. And seeing how many people love that movie, and not only love the movie, but love the songs themselves, I think that would probably be one of my proudest moments. The fact that it was a project outside of Boyz II Men that featured great actors like the Mari sisters and their brother Taj. And for me to do music that had nothing to do with the group, but it made people feel something. I think that was my proudest moment. I guess you could say one of my proudest moments of being able to create music and wrote everything on it and was like, yo, that's all right. And people still dig it and are asking for it. Like still, is it going to be a soundtrack? Like whatever. And I'm actually working on that too. Like I'm trying to get the Showtime and trying to get the actual masters and stuff so I can kind of revisit them and kind of update them a little bit and get them done.
Definitely. And last question for you.
Yeah, man.
What would you say to someone that is coming into this industry, that is looking up to individuals like you, that's like, you know what, I want to be in this industry. I don't know how to get to that point, or is going through a tough time, because we know how this industry can be. It can be cutthroat. What do you say to those individuals?
I don't want to sound cliche. I would say never disconnect with your human side. We tend to get caught up in this industry, and our egos tend to go a little nuts because maybe if you blow up, the demand of people want to see you, talk to you, hear you sing, hear you perform, write, whatever, tends to get a little overwhelming sometimes. And it's a very ego-driven industry. So it's easy to get caught up in that same matrix. So I would say, whoever keeps you the most grounded, whatever keeps you the most grounded, keep it close. Keep it close to your chest, and make sure that you don't lose sight of why you're doing this in the first place. Because if you're good, then success is going to come. Definitely. You know, that's going to come. So what people aren't prepared for is what comes with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times we tend to overlook the responsibility of making sure we take care of ourselves in the midst of us, you know, being successful and traveling around the world and getting girls or boys or whatever the case may be, right, and money and all that other stuff. So we tend to get, and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. So the point is, if you keep people, if you keep your environment as grounded as humanly possible, you can still have fun, still live like a rock star, still do all of that stuff and enjoy it, but keep it in its place. One thing that we have done in this industry, again, that is opposite of what I was taught, and I was taught by this years ago, is keep your personal life personal and your business life business. Definitely. This is the world we live in is the exact opposite. They combine them. And when you want to have, and the reason why is when you want to have that private time, when you want to have a moment to yourself, but you can't because you've meshed the two, you can't blame nobody but yourself. Absolutely. So the thing is that don't get sucked into the hype of, oh, I got to do this. I got to show this on Instagram. I got to show this. No, you don't have to show shit. All you have to do is give people what you know they know you for. If you want to sprinkle little personal things to them, great. But you're not obligated. You're not obligated to tell anybody anything about anything that you do personally.
Got going on. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you do that, once you let people into your house, you cannot let them out.
That's deep. That's deep. Deep.
So that's what I would tell people. I would tell artists, don't get sucked in by, oh, I gotta be this and I gotta show this and you know, no, you don't. Right. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can cut off an interview. You can walk off. If somebody don't want to, you know, if someone says a question you don't want to answer, then don't answer it. If somebody, you know what I mean? Like you are not obligated to anything except what you do. And that is give people good music. Anything else is extra.
Definitely. Well, Shawn, thank you so much for just sitting down and talking with me today. Everybody go get the project, listen to it. Shawn, is there anything else you want to say? People where they can follow you, if you want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, you guys just follow me on Instagram, man, and you know, when I am on,
right.
When I am on, you know, give a dude a holler, and for those who have purchased the record and supported it, thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it at the crib. And that's it, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Love, y'all be safe. Wash y'all damn hands and put on a mask.
Right. All right, so you have a great day, all right, man? And congratulations on your album, all right?
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Have a good one.
Peace.